What's up guys, it's Spooky here. Today it is the start of October and I wanted to do something very special for spooky season. As you all know, this is my month. I am a very avid fan of horror movies or anything spooky, Halloween, autumnal. This is definitely my favorite time of the year. And what better way to celebrate the start of spooky season than to make a top 50 scary videos, and I am going to talk a little bit about them. I've gotten suggestions to do reaction videos, and while it is an excellent idea, I think I'm just going to do something a little bit different and just curate my own list of favorite videos of mine that I want to share with you guys. But before we begin, I just wanted to let you guys know, as always, if you are planning or if you are looking into getting some stuff on the G Fuel website, I do have a code. It is code SPOOKY with 3 O's. So if you use my code at checkout, you get a 20% discount and it saves you a lot of money. So if you want to support me, especially during this month, feel free to use my code. If you do, please give me a shout out on X or Discord. Also, there is going to be a very special stream on Halloween on the 31st. I am going to be giving away one metal shaker. So of course it had to be like spooky / Halloween themed. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Chucky. It's never been used. I'm not a big fan of metal shakers for some reason. I prefer the smaller, like transparent ones. Those are my favorite ones. But yeah, this has not been used. I also have a bunch of them in my closet that I've never ever used. So we're gonna start with this one. I am going to be giving this away on stream. So it looks like this. It is really nice. I'm just going to turn it around so you guys can see. It is a metal shaker, like I said. So yeah, it is really nice. Keeps your G Fuel or anything you want to put in there hot or cold. So in the upcoming days, I will be posting like the rules for the giveaway and everything on X. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And on this stream, we are going to play a bunch of spooky games, bunch of multiplayer games or Halloween themed games. I'm going to be co-streaming with Local Lizard Man, which is one of my greatest friends and also such a great mod, by the way. If you haven't yet, please check him out. Like, he is amazing. He's an awesome content creator and I really can't wait to co-stream with him. But yeah, there's going to be a chance for everyone to join if they want to. We're going to do a bunch of fun activities such as Bean Boozled, and we are going to carve a pumpkin together. So it's going to be really fun and you can obviously participate if you want to. There's also going to be a costume contest in my Discord server and it's just going to be a lot of fun. Just a lot of good, wholesome fun with my community. So I cannot wait to see you there. So without further ado, let's jump into the video, shall we? Grab your snacks, grab your G Fuel, and we are going to dive into my top 50 scary videos. So the first video that I wanted to show you guys it's a video I saw not too long ago. I would say like a couple months ago. Essentially, it is a guy that visits a museum and there is a wax figure there. Of course, it appears to be moving. The first time I saw this, it gave me such an eerie, like unsettling feeling. Like there is something about mannequins and statues and stuff like that that just makes me feel very uneasy. So here's the video. Tell me what you think. Yeah. Isn't that weird? Like, it gives me chills just thinking about it, that there might be like a spirit trapped in there or something. And it looks so realistic. It's like that one wax figure museum. I think it's called Madame Tussauds or something like that. And it's in Los Angeles. And all the wax figures just look so extremely realistic. It's uncanny. And this is just, I don't know what it is about it. It just gives me so many chills down my spine. I just, like, imagine being in that museum at night and like you're walking around and that wax figure is staring at you. Nope, 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 nope. So next time you're in a museum and you get the feeling that you're being watched, it may not be your imagination. This next video comes from a poster that's been having weird experiences at her home regarding her doors. They seem to be opening at random times and she's been trying to catch it on camera and something pretty scary happens. Something that she obviously was not expecting.
Also, the thing, I'm gonna put my camera here because I think it's this door. The thing that scares me is I recorded a video like I don't know. I'm like frozen. I'm frozen. I don't want to check that. I know no one's in there. I know nobody is in there. I'm not even trying to be funny right now. I cannot believe I got that on camera. I'm sweating, bro. I don't know what the to do right now. I need to get. Oh my God. The thing too is like I promise you, nobody's in that room either. Nobody's in the room. I am here all alone. I'm about to go inside. Watch. I'm about to show you. I have to turn this light on though because you got me all the way up. If you think I'm gonna just walk into straight darkness. Okay, I'm about to go in. Watch. I'm scared. Oh, that scared the out of me. Oh my God. Nobody's. Oh my God, I'm scared. Nobody is in here, y'all. Nobody is in here. Like, nobody is in here. What the?
Okay, first of all, this girl has my energy. I feel like I would react the exact same way that she did in her situation. But isn't that weird though, how there was clearly nobody in that room and you saw that door opening? So whatever she is experiencing, I am pretty sure, and I hate saying that, but I have a hunch that she may be getting haunted by something. This next video comes from a poster that just finished work, and he was on his way home when he got a text from his husband. He looked at the text, it was a certain time, and then once he looked back up, he was in a totally different location, and he had lost 44 minutes without any recollection of that happening. And you can see in this video he is very, very distraught. It's actually kind of hard to watch because you can feel how scared he is. So let's watch the clip and then you guys can tell me what you think happened to him.
I am going crazy. I don't know if I just went through like a different dimension or went through a time loop or what the just happened. Or maybe I had a stroke while driving. I don't know. I live one town over from where I work. So it takes me about 25-30 minutes to get home. All I remember was getting on the highway. My husband texts me. I look down. I text him back real fast. I look back up and I'm no longer on the highway. Somehow I'm in the town that I live in and I'm on this random road that I never drive on. It's literally a road that leads behind like company buildings. This road, people don't drive on this road, but I'm in the town that I live in. I have made it in the town. I'm 5 minutes from my house. And when I got here, it was only 5:14. There is no possible way for me to get from my job to where I live in 14 minutes. The last thing I remember is getting on the I'm so scared I'm about to start crying. I get on the highway, I look at my phone, and I just write back, okay, and then I'm here. And I'm not like crying because I'm just crying because I'm scared. What crosses my mind is like, did I just not remember driving? But there's no way I could have gotten here. Anyway, that scares me. Has anybody ever experienced that?
So there's been a lot of talk recently on TikTok and on Twitter and on many different social media platforms about quantum jumps. Essentially, it is when you shift consciousness and somehow you find yourself jumping into a parallel reality. And honestly, it does make a lot of sense if you think about it, because how else would he be conscious during that time and know that it is a certain time and then look down for like 2 seconds and then look back up like in a blink, and then he is like lost in a location he's never seen before? It is so unnerving to even think about that. I am honestly just glad that he is okay and he didn't get into like a car accident. There is an update to this where he actually shows his text messages with his husband, and it is so creepy to see the time jumps and like his reaction when it happened. So yeah, this video, when I watched it the first time, really impacted me, and for good reason. So since we are on the topic of parallel universes and time jumps and different dimensions and stuff like that, let's look at another clip that really disturbed me when I saw it. It essentially talks about a girl that went on a ski trip with her best friend, and she was with a group of people. She is a beginner snowboarder, and they went on this mountain together on this course, and something very strange and inexplicable happened to her?
So I was snowboarding with a big group of people, but I was the person at the very back of this group. Everyone starts to turn around this big mountain. Because I'm 5 seconds behind everyone, I turn around the mountain 5 seconds later. Mind you, it's a super busy day on the snow. It's a beautiful sunny day and there are people everywhere. And like not just us school kids, like a lot of people. But when I turn around this big mountain, everyone is gone. Everybody who was in front of me was gone, and everybody who was skiing or snowboarding behind me was gone. Like there were people who were not in the group I was snowboarding with, other people behind me. So once I went around this mountain, they should have followed. I should have been able to see everybody in front of me, because after I turned this mountain, it was just a straight long slope down the hill. But I was dead alone. I'm obviously instantly confused, shocked. I don't understand what's happening. I get my phone out to call my best friend who was on this ski trip with me. And I remember so distinctly, my phone was on like 75% charge. Like it was charged. But as soon as I pressed this little circle to enter my phone, my whole screen went black and the no battery signal came up. The only way I could make sense of what happened is that everybody somehow just beat me to the bottom of this course, and everyone behind me somehow went past me without me realizing. I was just like grasping at straws. So I continued to just keep snowboarding down the hill, hoping that I'd just make it to the end. The thing is that there was no end. There was no end to this course, or whatever alternate reality course I had just jumped into. As I mentioned, I was not an experienced snowboarder, so I was trying my best to snowboard, but I kept falling over. I decided to just eventually give up, clip my snowboard off, and walk. After what feels like forever, I finally came to this what looked like an abandoned ski lift. It was really dingy and old and creaky and looked scary. I thought my best chance was to get onto this ski lift so I could get up high and have a look around, hoping that maybe I'd find where the main area is, because in the main area there's like a bar and cafes and restaurants and whatever. I thought if I can see that, I know which direction to walk in and I can just make my way over there before the sun sets. But when I get onto this ski lift, there's nothing but snow and trees. And obviously I was freaking out because it was sunset, like it was about to be dark. But then I was also thinking, how the did this happen? Like I was with a group of people in a busy area. And also because I was a child and a beginner at snowboarding, obviously they took us to a course that was super close to like the main area. The fact that I'm now on this single seater ski lift looking out 360 views and there's nothing, I didn't know, what do you even do? And it was on that ski lift, I just broke down sobbing. Like I genuinely thought I was going to die. The cabin that we were staying at, the way to get to this main area to go skiing and snowboarding in was that we had to catch a shuttle bus and then an underground subway. The sunset, it's dark. You have to understand how scary it was. Because when I say dark, I mean I couldn't barely see what was in front of me. There's no city lights anywhere. I didn't have the torch on my phone to shine. Just as I was about to give up and sit down and accept what was going to happen, I saw like this glowing light in the distance. And what it led me to was like this glowing tunnel with a staircase leading down into it. And what led me to the bottom was an underground subway. How that was there, I don't know. Why it was there, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense for there to be a proper station there because I was in the middle of nowhere. But sure enough, the subway came and I jumped on it. And it took me to the shuttle buses and I took a shuttle bus back to the cabin. And when I walked into the cabin, all the school kids I was with, all the teachers that were there were all having like dinner together. And I was like, was no one looking for me? And everybody very nonchalantly, not in like even a rude way, were just like, oh, hey, Chloe, there you are. It was almost as if they were hearing me through a filter and they weren't grasping the gravity of what I was trying to say. I don't know. The whole thing was weird. The energy was off. For the next few days, I stayed in the cabin. I refused to leave the cabin. And then when I got home, things felt slightly off. I don't really know how to explain it, but for example, certain objects in my room were in like a different place. And it's not as if anybody in my family would have gone in and rearranged my room. I didn't feel like that's what happened. It felt as if that is where it belonged. But I knew that it was in a different spot before I left. Even just weird things like timing felt different. Everything was just slightly tweaked. When I told my sister about this story a few years later, she said to me, there probably is a timeline out there where you did get lost in the snow and quantum jumped. And she said there's probably a timeline out there where our family is grieving you, which is so scary and sad to think. But that's my story where if I told anybody, they probably wouldn't believe me.
There's something so extremely disturbing. This reminds me of when people are teleported like in the back rooms, or they wake up in like an alternate reality where everything seems normal, but like they can tell that something is off or out of place, and it's usually like very, very small details or like glitches, I guess, that makes them realize that they're not where they're supposed to be. And this story, like just thinking about it, makes me feel nauseous. Like imagine you are a kid and you're following a bunch of people, you're in a place that you don't know very well, and there's people in front of you, people behind you, and then all of a sudden you just go around the mountain and suddenly everybody disappears and you are alone in this huge like snowy wasteland with nothing but miles and miles and miles of just snow and trees, and the sun is about to set. Like imagine how isolated you would feel if you were in this situation, knowing that it's also cold and you don't know where to go, you don't have food, you don't have water, so you are basically just awaiting your doom. And that's so scary to think about. That is a video that made me rethink everything. And now, like every day when I wake up, I start looking around to like make sure that everything's in its rightful place. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, make sure you look around to see if there is slight changes in your bedroom. And if there are, there might be a chance that you woke up in a parallel universe and that the person on the other side that you were yesterday no longer exists. This next clip depicts a woman that got a photo from her landlord. She was taking a picture of the house and they noticed something pretty weird in the window.
So my landlord sends me this picture because she's trying to take pictures of the new windows that got replaced. And she says, WTF is in the left window next to the chimney. I don't own any dolls. I have a cat, but it's a kitten. I try to recreate it to see if I can somehow make myself feel better. There's scratches on the windowsill for some reason. I'm in the same spot that she was when she took the picture, and I can't figure it out. I hate dolls. I don't own them. I'm terrified. I live by myself, and I don't know what to do.
That is so creepy. Imagine just taking a picture of your window from the outside and you see that in one of the rooms. That is absolutely insane. Also, can we talk about how it looks like a little girl in a dress? And now I'm wondering whether this little girl may have in the house, maybe she lived there before, but I'm hoping if it is a spirit and not a trick of the light, that it is a good spirit and not an evil demon. Probably wouldn't be able to live in my house after seeing that. I would either move out or just burn it to the ground. Problem solved. But I have a question for you. If you took a picture of your house like this and you noticed that there was like a spirit in there, would you stay in there or would you move out? Let me know in the comments. This next clip is pretty self-explanatory. Basically, there is a couple, I would assume it's a couple, that lives in an apartment building, and when they knock on the floor, it seems like something is knocking back at them from underneath the floorboards. It is so creepy, and the fact that it's not like the same rhythm every single time, it changes. It's, oh god, just watch the video and you'll see what I'm talking about.
There's something living our floorboards. Listen. Just what?
It's fucking knocking that, isn't it?
Yeah, what the f*** does that mean? It's doing different amounts each time.
It's a proper hard no. Like I can feel it. It's like, it's not on the other side, there's like a few. It's like
Is it?
underneath.
They won't have a basement next door, will they?
So in this video, we can hear what sounds like something or someone is knocking back at them from underneath the floorboards. And my first initial thought was maybe it is like a homeless person that's like in the basement or like the storage space, which honestly is creepy enough on its own. Or it might be a spirit that is kind of a prankster and wanting to spook them a little bit. But it's even worse to think it might be like a humanoid creature or like just something non-human that is like under the house. I can't even, it's so gross. I would probably leave, as I said in the past video, because this is very, very spooky. Has anything weird ever happened to you while you were on Skype or FaceTime or like on a video call on Discord with you and your friends? Because this video really creeped me out. There is this guy and apparently he seems to be on a call with his friends, and then one of his friends notices something behind him and the guy doesn't realize. But what he sees is out of this world. I'll let you watch.
No, it might be time for him to go as well. You never really know. So I say you just build off of those people. Was that a ghost?
Did you catch it? Let me play that again and I will raise the brightness a little bit so you can see better.
I just personally...
Oh, yo, Junebug, chill out.
Yo, that wasn't even a person.
Someone or something appears to be crossing the room behind him. And it looks to be kind of like transparent a little bit. So I guess it might be like a spirit or ghost or something paranormal for sure. But the fact that he didn't notice it, like he couldn't see it, but then he kind of felt it and he turned around. So the next time you are on Discord with your friends, make sure you look into your camera so that there's nobody else behind you. This next video comes from a woman that explains her experience going through some kind of like glitch in the Matrix. This story is just flat out weird. Just hearing it from her perspective makes it a little bit like confusing. Like you're trying to make sense of it, but there's really no explanation. I think that's what makes a video very creepy, is when something happens but it cannot be explained by like logic. So this is the story of a woman that experienced a glitch in the Matrix while being at a Macy's store.
I'm wondering if anyone else that lives in Chicago or has been in Chicago ever and has been to this building gets the same weird vibes from it, but the Marshall Fields Macy's, like, you know, the one that's a Macy's now on State Street that used to be Marshall Fields, like the building itself is like super old. It's pretty cool inside. You know, well, it's just a neat building. But I never want to go back. It gives me weird vibes. And specifically, there's this thing that happened to me once while I was there that just gave me the weirdest vibes. And I want to know if anyone else has had like any sort of similar experience or if I'm just like crazy. So we'll set the scene. I go in and I'm looking for like something specific. I think it was like a top. And I ask, what floor is XYZ item on? They say the 5th floor. So I take a bunch of escalators up to the 5th floor. And I remember, because I consciously had to look for the escalators going up to each respective floor. I get there, I didn't find what I need. So I'm like, okay, time to take the escalators back down. And I walk and I walk and I walk on this floor, and I can't find an escalator. Look, I can find up escalators, I can't find any down escalators. So I walk and I walk and I walk and I walk, and I still not finding them. And I'm walking through all these departments that, like, I had not walked through before. But I don't take any stairs up or down. I don't take any escalators up or down, and this becomes important later. So it feels like I've been walking for, like, ever now. And I'm seeing weird parts of the store that, like, I didn't remember walking through. Like, I walked through, like, a bedding section. I walked through, like, some toys. I walked through, like, an empty, looks like it was, like, a chocolate shop is the best way I can describe it. Finally, I'm getting, like, fed up. So I walk up to the nearest person in desperation, and I'm like, do you know where the down escalator is? And he looks at me and he's like, you're in the basement. And he starts laughing. So I kind of thought, okay, this guy's like messing with me or something. 'Cause he was like with one of his guy friends. So I walked over to a person that's like clearly staff, like I think they were janitorial staff, and they're about to step into an elevator, and I'm like, what floor are we on? And they're like, we're in the basement. So somehow, I come into the Marshall Fields Macy's. I consciously remember searching for and taking a bunch of escalators to the 5th floor, and then with no memory of going down through like stairs, escalator, elevator, anything, I end up in the basement. So 1st floor, 5th floor, basement.
This at first glance makes no sense. Like, how could she get to the basement if she remembers going up the escalators? But then if you are one of those people who believe in the back rooms and in alternate realities and stuff like that, it does kind of make sense that she would blink and then find herself in a different location, just like that guy from earlier. But isn't it creepy how you can walk by a room or a house or a store somewhere and you get like that weird like gut feeling that something feels off about that place, or you just kind of get like a bad vibe from it? What if that place is a portal to a different dimension, and that's why you get like a weird vibe from it because you're not supposed to be there? But you have to admit, it is kind of scary to think that like you could be just minding your own business, walking somewhere, and then poof, in a second you could find yourself in a different dimension. Next, we have a guy that collects dolls, and he has this like really beautiful, like, honestly, it looks really nice. There's like, it's like a jester doll kind of. It looks like a Pierrot. It looks kind of like whimsical, but like creepy at the same time. But he has it in a glass display shelf, and he is trying to show people that the doll moves. And he finally catches it on camera. And what he captures is pretty bone-chilling.
I think I can see it on here. Hold on. Now it's done. Oh, wait, there it is. See if she moves. There it is.
Ew, ew, ew. There's something about creepy haunted dolls that just does it for me. I used to own a lot of dolls when I was a kid. My grandma used to make them for me. And I also have a lot of plushies. And so just seeing stuff like that makes me feel kind of like uneasy to go to sleep with them in my room, because then I'm scared I'm gonna wake up and see one of them move. But this is pretty disturbing, especially the way it like slowly starts to move its head. Like, no, thank you. So this is the doll that my grandma made for me. And it is super cute. Like, even look at the little buttons. They're so adorable. I can't believe that she made that. Honestly, if that was sitting on my desk and it started moving, I would probably have a heart attack. There are some people out there that will like collect them and stuff, but that would scare me way too much, especially after watching like the Annabelle movies and stuff like that. Nope. I am never collecting dolls like that. That is one hobby that I am removing from my list for sure. Oh my goodness, this next clip is so insanely bizarre. Like, it's just so unnerving to watch. And the original poster is going to walk us through what happened to her that night. So we are going to watch it in a second. But honestly, if I saw that, that would scar me forever. So let's watch the clip so you can see what I'm talking about.
My husband don't really get out much together, so we hired a babysitter and went out to dinner. And my phone had an alert, and this is what we saw on the doorbell. We called our babysitter and told her to go into the master bedroom and lock herself in the bathroom. Told her basically nothing's wrong, just a precaution. And we left a restaurant and came right home. But on the way home, of course, I'm watching this. God, I don't know what was said. The whole video recorded as white noise. But clearly she has something in her hands and it looks like a baby. And there's a storm outside. I don't know what her intentions were until we saw what she did at the end. But before that, she's just staring up into the sky. There was no rain. It was just thunder and lightning, constant. I had the babysitter on speakerphone on the way home while I'm watching this happen. We tried to reassure her and let her know that the police are on their way. It won't be too long. What I saw next made my heart drop. The thing we can see her holding here that looks like a baby was a doll. She must have been using it as a prop to get into people's house.
So this kind of makes us realize that evil can come in a variety of faces. There's not only demons and like humanoid creatures and like paranormal stuff. There's also real people out there that are kind of dangerous, and you have to be very, very careful and make sure your doors are locked at night, especially in this day and age. I feel like the world is becoming more and more dangerous. There are people out there that will stop at nothing to hurt people. So yeah, just be very, very mindful of who you surround yourselves with. And also, if you do live alone, or and even if you don't live alone, just make sure that your doors are locked and that you are safe. That is the most important part, because things like this happen a lot more often than we think. So yeah, very, very, very scary video. This next clip is probably one of my favorite glitch in the Matrix video ever. When I first saw this, I don't remember what year it was, but it really affected me. Like, it is so incredibly weird and also kind of hard to fake. I feel like there's no like frame jumps or anything. It is a very, very clear and smooth video, so like it does make me believe that it's real, and that makes it even worse. So I will let you experience this for yourself, but it really, really messed me up when I saw this one.
Hello, chickies. Hi, babies. Oh goodness, where y'all going? Where are you going? You ready for some grubs? Let's go! It's grub time! What the fool? Why are they all not moving? What? What is happening right now? Babies? Guys! Nick! What the? Oh my god!
Like, can anyone explain this? What happened to her chickens? They just stopped moving. It looked like they were programmed or something, and they just stopped working. And then suddenly, she like yells, I think at her husband or something, and they just start moving again. Like, what? Like, what caused this? Like, this is so weird. It just really puts everything into perspective. Like, are we living in a simulation where sometimes things that are being controlled by higher or more developed people fail and glitch? It's just very strange. And like, I'm trying to find an explanation for this, but then like, also the video doesn't look edited. Do you know what I mean? And that's why like I'm suspicious of this, because so many videos out there are like edited, right? But like, this looks real, and I think that's what makes this video extremely, extremely disturbing to watch. Okay, as you all know, children and animals can sense the paranormal. That's always been a fact. And whenever I see a paranormal video or anything like a scary video that involves children and animals, that's where I start to like believe that it's real, because like, animals cannot fake things, and children, especially very like young, like toddlers, do not lie. This next clip honestly is like mind-blowing. It is not scary per se, but kind of leaves you feeling uneasy, and it makes you think a little bit about the afterlife and what happens when somebody, you know, crosses over and moves on. So I will let you watch this clip, and it really did give me chills, you guys, okay? Just watch.
But you don't have 4 kids.
Why? Why not?
You just don't, because I don't live with you.
Where do you live?
In Sand Springs.
In Sand Springs?
Yep.
With who?
With my father.
Well, when you go to bed, you're here. So, you live with me.
I'm not going to stay the night.
You stayed the night with me?
Yeah, I stay the night every night.
Where?
At your house. Because my grandfather died.
When did your grandfather die?
Well, since our house is bleeding everywhere, inside of it. Remember, whenever our house is on the street, remember, on the street?
Your house on the street bleeds?
No, my house. My mom's. She climbed up it. She turned into a monster. And she died. So now she's dead.
Your mom's dead?
Yeah. My grandfather and my mom. So now I live with you.
What's your name?
Angeli. Angeli Grace died.
Who's Angeli?
Me. That's why you have 3 kids.
But this clip doesn't end here, you guys. There is an actual woman named Angeli Grace Dye that passed away in Sand Springs. I'll post a picture of the article right here, but isn't that weird? Like, there is no way that that child could have heard that. I mean, unless it was on the news or something. I don't know when this video was taken, but it is so creepy that the child has so much details. Oh, like, it gives me goosebumps. Like, I hate it. I hate it, but it does make you think. Was Angeli reincarnated as that toddler? We shall never know. Next, we are going to talk about a creature that scares the absolute out of me. I won't say its real name because it is a Native American creature. I do respect the culture and I do not want to bring bad vibes to me if I say the name out loud, but there is another name that they go by and they are called flesh pedestrians, or mimics if you like that word better. So essentially it is kind of a humanoid creature. They don't really have a specific form, but they are shapeshifters, which means that they can mimic humans or animals or just anything that they find, and they usually lure you into like a fake sense of security by using your loved ones' voices, even your own voice, and they kind of want to give you the impression that you are safe, and they're trying to like make you curious and to approach them. If you ever hear your own voice or the voice of one of your loved ones and they are not in the house with you or anywhere near you, do not engage. Do not like talk to them. Do not try to go look for them, because there are great chances that it is a mimic, and by the time that you find them, it will probably be too late. So this is a mimic instance that I wanted to share with you guys. There are so many of them on TikTok and YouTube and like all over the place, but here are some of my favorite ones. This comes from a girl that was at her house and she could hear a voice coming from the other side of the door.
I swear there's someone outside my room.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Clearly, she panics and she doesn't know what to do. She closes her door, and I hope she locked it. But this is what mimics do. They shapeshift into other people. They mimic their voices to make you feel safe. And they try to act like a normal human or animal, but there is always something off about them. And you can kind of tell because it's like they're malfunctioning a little bit. Like they're trying to be human, but there is something that is so unapologetically non-human about them. And so obviously I think she kind of clued in that that's what it was. Hopefully there's been no update from her. I hope she's okay. But yeah, mimics are terrifying. They are probably the one thing that I fear the most on this earth. It's just everything about them scares me. I've had a mimic experience when I was a child. This is obviously going to be for another video because it is quite a long story, but it has scarred me for life. And honestly, like, I haven't had another mimic experience after that, but it is still so terrifying to think that they are out there. They can normally be found in places like Arizona, like Utah, and also New Mexico. But yeah, here is yet another mimic video that I found online. I am pretty sure that this one is staged, but still, it is very, very terrifying to think that that could happen to you and your family.
Who is it?
Me.
Who's me?
Your son.
Aren't you at your friend's sleepover?
Hungry.
Who are you?
Your son.
What do you want? There's food in the microwave.
Eat it for me.
Yeah, just the thought of that happening is like, it makes my blood go cold. I would be out of that house so damn fast. But yeah, it can take the form of anybody that you know, and it can also look like yourself. So again, if you do hear a familiar voice and you know that you are home alone, please lock your door and stay away from that. This next clip is not really a mimic, but it does have the same vibe. So our original poster is in their house and they are hearing some weird things. They are noticing, like, you know, there's like weird vibes in the house. And they're filming while walking, and then when they make the corner, they notice something under the door. So we can clearly see that there are some feet or sneakers underneath the door. And while it might be a person that broke into their house, which I hope it's not, and that would be really scary, it kind of looks to be paranormal. I don't even want to think about being in Opie's shoes at this moment, because imagine you turn the corner, then you see that. And once again, if I was face to face with something like that, I would be on my way to another country. This next video comes from a content creator named Dustin Lee Frazier. He's been very viral on TikTok. So he lives in the Appalachian Mountains, and he basically just kind of documents his experiences. Obviously, some of it is fake, some of it is real, but yeah, it's just entertaining content in general. But this one in particular kind of did something to me, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So here is Dustin's video where he wakes up in the middle of the night and falls face to face with a man staring at him in the darkness. obviously this kind of looks like the Shadow Man. This is pretty unsettling to see. I would never want to wake up in the middle of the night and see that. I would have a heart attack. So he's a lot stronger than me for taking his phone and filming it. But yeah, this video really gave me goosebumps and I wanted to share it with you guys. This next clip made me physically scream because I was not expecting whatever happens to happen. I won't say much about it, just watch the video, experience it for yourself. But again, there is something about mannequins that is just incredibly disturbing, and I will never stop saying that. So here is the video.
This mother is recording her daughter because of something very concerning that she just said.
I think there's something underneath that door.
According to the daughter, someone or something is in the closet moving inside. She was able to capture a glimpse of this movement from the gap beneath the closet door, but couldn't make out who or what was in there. The mother, concerned for their safety, takes initiative and films the frightening moment she opens the door. Watch. While looking through the closet, the mother couldn't find anything that proved someone or something was moving inside, until things took a dark turn, and it was right in front of their eyes the whole time. Watch.
What?
I'm scared.
Let's go, come on.
There's just something, like I said, about mannequins that just makes my entire being not feel safe. I think I feel the same way when I play video games that have mannequins in them. But in this case, that little girl could already feel that there was something wrong with that mannequin, especially even before seeing what was on the other side of the door. The fact that it moved on its own as well is so creepy. Like, no, at this point, you know, just get out of the house. The mother was so smart, just grabbing the kid and being like, come on, let's go, we're leaving. Like, I would do the same. Remind me never to buy a statue or a mannequin to put in my bedroom or my house. That would be lovely, because I do not want to go through this experience ever. Next, we have yet another creepy toddler video. When I say that toddlers can literally sense if there is like a paranormal entity in the room, I am not kidding. You'll see that this little guy in particular sees something on the ceiling that his mom cannot see. And what he did see, nobody knows and nobody will ever know. But I have a feeling that whatever he saw wasn't normal in the least.
Good night.
Who are you saying goodnight to?
Him. Good night.
Who?
Him. Good night.
Jagger, there's no one up there.
Him up there.
Show me.
Him up there. Up there.
Jagger, there's no one up there. He's been talking to that vent and then he was blowing it kisses. And I'm creeped out now. Like, seriously, I'm not joking. I'm so creeped out right now.
Yeah, it is so scary how kids can just look into the distance and they see something that you don't. I've had this experience personally. I was working at a daycare when I was 19 years old, and I was taking care of toddlers from the age of 2 to 5. And there was this kid, and he was very unlucky. I don't, like, he always broke a bone or like something bad happened to him. I don't know why, but he also was just a very quiet, strange kid. Like, he said the most out-of-pocket things, but like in a scary way. For example, once I was in the bathroom with him and he was washing his hands and he turned to the bathtub and there was a shower curtain there. And I was talking to him and then he just goes, shh, be quiet. And I was just like, why? And he was like, because Maleficent is going to hear you. And I was like, Maleficent? And he was like, yeah, she's standing right behind the shower curtain. And it literally gave me chills all over my body. He kept on telling me that like spiders were like in the walls and like could hear things and they talked to him. Anyway, he was a very weird kid. I don't know where he is today. I hope he's doing well. Who knows? Maybe he's gonna become like a medium or like some kind of ghost hunter. I don't know, but like that kid was definitely seeing something, and this video reminded me of that. So whenever you are in a room alone with a kid and they see something, believe them, because they are very sensitive to auras and energies and like supernatural occurrences. And they very well may be seeing something that you don't. Next original poster was Home Alone. Her wife and daughter were away, I think, but she is sending videos to her family because she misses them. And then she catches something very strange in the window. Something that makes her want to move out to the city.
Hey baby, I miss you and Ray. I came out to close the chickies in, and look how close this tree fell to it. And I have my, stuff on me, and not much has been going on. The head got knocked off of our statue. It was really weird. The flashlight you got me is really dope. It has all of these really cool settings. Whoa. Baby, tell me I'm bugging. Tell me I'm bugging. Alright.
Yeah, she doesn't really understand what she just saw in the window. There are some other videos related to this. I think she did like update videos. I haven't seen those yet, but it is like kind of a series, I guess you could say, of weird stuff happening and of weird sightings on her property. I don't know where she is now. I hope that they left the property and they found something better that is not haunted, because yeah, that thing in the window, I don't know what it was, but it definitely didn't seem friendly. This next video is spine chilling. Like, I cannot even begin to imagine what that guy went through, if it is real, of course. If I was him, I would have cried right then and there. So let me show you what I'm talking about, because this video is pretty alarming, to say the least.
Leave. Stop. You gotta go. Shh, 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 shh. Calm down. What are you? Stop. I don't even know how to explain what I'm seeing. Holy hell. No, this is crazy. Did you hear this last night? It was going last night. Now, did you... Charlie, come here.
This poor guy cannot wrap his mind around what he heard last night. And even his wife heard it, and his dog clearly heard it too, because the dog was going crazy. And that's something that I always say, if a dog is barking or growling at something outside, there is definitely a presence there. I don't know if this was paranormal / supernatural. It could have been just someone playing a prank on them if they live in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it definitely didn't look normal at all. Like, it didn't look like a human, but there's something that I noticed. The hands disappear before he opens the door, so there is something about that just kind of makes me think it is paranormal. Regardless, it seemed to be on his patio and trying to get inside the house. And I think the worst is how aggressive it seems to be, like a very angry or like aggressive creature trying to get inside. Nope, they are not contributing to rent. They are staying outside where they are on the patio. And one thing I will say, if this happens to you, do not open the door. I know some people would want to be brave and like kind of like yell at whoever is there or like, you know, give them a beating, but it is probably best to ignore and just go about your day and pretend they are not there. That's what I would do anyway. Next, we have a lady which had something very strange happen to her, but like panning over like 30 years. And it just kept on happening. And the way she's talking about it, you can tell that she is very like distressed about it. I am still kind of looking to find an explanation for what she went through. I will let you experience this for yourself and you can tell me what you think happened here.
At preschool when I'm 3 years old. I go to preschool, there's this boy in my class named Steve. We're in the same class in kindergarten, first, and second grade, but something happens in second grade, okay? In second grade, my family moved from New York to Michigan. We moved away. I was a new kid in second grade. I start my new class. A couple months later in my new second grade class in a new state, my teacher says, "Hey kids, we're getting a new kid." Steve comes walking in. And I'm like, weird, Steve. Did your family move here too? He's like, yep, sure did. Weird. So in second, third, and fourth grade, we're in the same class. In fifth grade, my parents switched houses in the same town that we lived in, but it was a big city, so we had to switch schools again. Thanks for that, Mom and Dad. So I'm a new kid, right? In fifth grade, starting on the first day, and my teacher's like, "Hey, there's another kid who also went to your old school. He's in the other class. Guess who it is? It's Steve." We moved back to New York, to a different town than we originally lived in. So it's like November, I moved there. In May of that year, our teacher's like, "Hey, we have a new kid shadowing. He's also from Michigan, where you just came from. Guess who it is? It's freaking Steve. It's Steve again." We go off to college. In 2004, I'm studying abroad my junior year in Madrid. It was 2004, so the Yankees and the Red Sox World Series thing was happening. There was a sports bar in Madrid that aired all of the games for Americans. I had my bucket of Corona in front of me because, of course, Americans. And in walks Steve to this bar. Steve came into this bar to also watch the Yankees and the Red Sox. He wasn't studying abroad in Madrid. He was studying abroad in London, right? Weird. He ended up at the same bar. In December of that same year, my friends and I who were studying in Madrid decided to go to Prague to see it. To see Prague at Christmas time. We're supposed to go on a pub crawl. We missed that pub crawl. We decide to go on our own pub crawl. We end up in a random Irish pub in the middle of Prague. Who's there? Who's there sitting at a table? Steve. Steve's sitting at a table. He also went to Prague at Christmas time, and we happen to be at the same bar at the same time. Now this morning I'm in the copy room at work. I have a coworker who's talking about her fiance. I'm not friends with this girl. I barely know this girl. She mentions, "Oh, my fiance, Steve." And I go, excuse me, what's your fiance's last name?" I felt like Brad Pitt with the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? What's his last name? Guess who it is? Guess who it is? It's Steve. It's the same Steve. What does it mean?
So what I think, honestly, life is so weird. I feel like the universe has a way of reuniting people that are supposed to be in each other's lives, even if they have never met, even if they've had like a falling out. I feel like the universe just knows that two people are supposed to know each other or be together. And I would even go as far as saying maybe those two are soulmates. Like, who knows? Yes, he is engaged to another person, but like, who knows? Maybe in the future, like 20, 30 years from now, they're gonna end up together. Like, the universe has weird ways of working like that and of just bringing certain people together. I've seen it time and time again. I am also someone who believes in fate and destiny and stuff like that, and also like souls recognizing each other. To me, that's what it kind of looks like, because there is no way that this lady and this man had that many encounters and they don't really talk to each other or know each other. Like, I would be so tempted to go talk to him about this. But that's just me being like the spiritual person that I am. I just feel like there's no way that there can be that many coincidences and not actually meaning something. It's just so wild to me. Like, I would want to know more about this person, and it is just absolutely crazy that he seems to like find her in like the most random places. I hope that this guy is not like a stalker. Like, that's also one thing I was thinking about. If we are going to be realistic, I really hope that this guy's not a stalker. But it doesn't seem to be like that, because he doesn't really approach her ever. But it is definitely strange that they seem to run into each other wherever they are in the world. I don't know, maybe I'm just a hopeless romantic and spiritual person, and I think that they are soulmates and that they're gonna end up together. Who knows? So this next clip freaked me out, okay? So essentially what happens in this clip, there's a little girl that is playing alone in her bed, and then she hears her toy going off like under the bed, and she investigates and gets pulled underneath by something. And then the mother gets her from underneath the bed, pulls her out, and the next day she wants to understand what happened, and so she also goes to investigate what is under the bed. And what she sees truly made my blood run cold.
One night, a young girl is wide awake at a time when she should be asleep. Despite being past her bedtime though, this doesn't stop her from imaginary play with her toys. But little does she know, something unexpected would interrupt her playtime. Watch. What makes this footage creepier is when the mother returned to the room only a few days later, she captured in this video what actually lured her daughter under the bed. Take a look.
Isn't that creepy? I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, the first time I watched this, I actually missed it. I thought it was just like a random doll that was like laying there because it was so dark in the video and I didn't catch it. And then people were like reacting in the comments, and then when I went back and looked at it and paid more attention to it, I saw like the slight shifting and moving. Oh my god, it is, nope, like I would burn that. Like I would burn it in a second. Like it looks like it's breathing. Like that is terrifying. No. It's just like so scary to think that there might be a spirit in there, and like if the mother hadn't come to help the little girl, who knows where she would have ended up. Maybe it would have taken her into like a different dimension or something. Like it's so creepy to think about. So while I adore spooky videos and creepy like demon footage and stuff like that, I honestly feel like a lot of those videos that we see on TikTok, on YouTube, like the haunted videos that we see, are often staged and they are overly exaggerated to put on a show. And honestly, it doesn't make them any less creepy. They are terrifying, but they're not that realistic, you know? And sometimes it's easy to see, sometimes it's very well edited, but I feel like this next clip really depicts what it's like to really go ghost hunting. I feel like when people try to make contact with a paranormal entity, they will often get like small signs from a ghost or poltergeist, anything paranormal that's in the room with them. And I feel like this makes it look a lot more realistic. Like this is what would really happen if you and your friends went like ghost hunting, you know? It's not always like super scary, super visible, or like really obvious. Like sometimes there's really small signs and you have to pay attention. And this is why I think this video is very scary, because to me, it looks real. So these friends are in a room and they are trying to make contact with a paranormal entity. They're trying to talk to a spirit. And at some point, one of the guys starts to feel his back burning. And this is when they realize that they are no longer alone.
Move. Oh. Okay, hold on. Give me the lighter. I need to
light it. Okay, why did that take so long? Was it the wrong key? I just got so lightheaded. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. I got lightheaded as soon as I walked in here.
Yeah.
You are not welcome here.
Why, Sailor, why you locked up? It could be an object in here. Yeah. Did your grandpa ever think about that? Like, it could be an object. You could just burn the whole room. What are you doing in the closet, dude?
Oh, my back's burning.
Is it really? My back's
burning.
I don't know. Oh my god. No, you're
kidding. Stop.
No, get out. Get out.
Get out. Marks up your back.
Stop.
No, you do.
Stop, you're giving me anxiety.
Oh my god.
You're kidding, right? You're
kidding.
No.
Yeah, they are definitely dealing with a malevolent spirit, because it is very clearly trying to hurt them and it does not want them to be there. But yeah, this video to me looks kind of real. Like even the reactions look real. This is what truly makes me feel like it's not edited and it is like a real experience that they went through. But yeah, it does make me want to go ghost hunting with my friends. This is something I've always wanted to do, like actually have a spirit box and like the whole shebang, like cameras. And one day I really want to make this happen. I want to travel to abandoned and haunted places all over the world and just go on road trips with like my team, and I want to document my experiences with the paranormal, and this is something that I really want to bring to fruition. So if any of you have a passport and you'd be interested to join me in making like ghost hunting content, like I would be down to start like a group and to make it happen. So let me know in the comments if you would be interested to do that. But yeah, this video really scared me. It's always nerve-wracking to deal with evil and like malevolent spirits. That's why it's really important to always carry like protection with you when you're going ghost hunting. That sounds pretty sus, but it's true. You have to stay protected, okay guys? So yeah, that was pretty spooky, so let's jump to the next video. So this family happens to be on a road trip or traveling somewhere by car, and they notice something unusual hiding behind the tree, and they're trying to figure out what it is, but they just cannot. And then when they take the camera and they zoom in, this is what they see.
What'd you see?
What the frick is that?
What? It's behind that tree.
Niana, what is that?
So you can see what looks like a black like mass hiding behind the tree. I mean, clearly they are in the middle of nowhere and God knows what is hiding in the woods at night. But like, I also cannot figure out what it is. Like, I've never seen a creature like this. Have you seen this before? And I know a lot of people are probably going to be like, it looks like a flesh pedestrian or it looks like the rake. But the truth is, there are so many creatures that exist, like from different cultures, from different legends and myths and stuff like that. It could be literally anything, but the creature looked kind of scared to be seen. I'm not too sure if it is harmless or if it was just kind of waiting for them to like approach it or kind of trying to lure them in. But one thing is for sure, they did the right thing leaving. There is no way that I would have approached that. This next clip cannot be explained other than I feel like the person got possessed by something while they were sitting there. This is so scary. The way she looks at her coworkers and the way her eyes, I don't know how to explain it, but they just look evil. And it is so creepy. Look at this.
Yeah, wait, something's going on. What's the safe word? What's the safe word?
We don't have a safe word.
We have a safe word.
We don't have a safe word.
We have a rude safe word. What's the rude safe word?
No, you're making up some shit.
Okay. Her face doesn't look like herself. Something's going on. But it's time to go on. Come on.
Oh, wow.
Come on.
I don't want to go.
Come on. Come on. I'm not liking this.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. That was not good.
I don't know. This could be anything. She could be under the influence. She could be messing with them. Or maybe she is on drugs. I really don't know. But like the way that she smiles, and it's like an evil, like sick smile. Like a evil grin. It just sends shivers down my spine. The way she is like keeping eye contact and smiling, and you can tell that it's not like a happy, joyful smile. It is like evil. I feel like this woman is possessed, and I guess we'll never know. But she did say in the video that she was jumped by a spirit, and honestly, I kind of believe it, because no, that is terrifying. Like, purge her of this demon. pour like a gallon of salt on her. Please, just please exercise this woman. So this next video talks about somebody who is kind of exploring, and they come across a cave and they see what looks to be a mimic. They do say that's what they think it is. I mean, to me, it kind of looks like it could be a homeless person. I mean, it does look very creepy, the way that the person is just kind of wrapped inside like a blanket or a cape or something. And the way they are like staring at OP is very, very, very disturbing. At first, I thought it was just like a statue, but then it like started blinking, and that's when I was like, ew, okay, that's like real. But regardless, this clip kind of made me feel a bit like squeamish. It is kind of creepy, because imagine you are walking, you're out and about and exploring, and then you run across that. I think that would be enough to ruin my day. Next, we have a person that is on their way back home from work. They just got to their apartment building, and when they get to their floor, there is a red envelope in front of their door. And it wouldn't be so weird if this didn't happen right after. Nope. Like, isn't that the creepiest thing you've ever heard? Like, what is that? Like, run, girl, run. To me, it kind of looks like a cult invitation or something like that, and that itself is just so creepy. I would be on my way out. Like, there is no way I'm staying there after hearing that. Like, what is that? That roar! Like, it sounded like a freaking, like, demon. Like, no. Like, do yourself a favor and move out, please. Okay, this next video is pretty unsettling. I won't lie. It is some dude that is observing his Halloween decorations outside, or the lights outside, like on the porch and everything. And then he turns around and there's a figure right in front of the church. And at first, he thinks it's like a Halloween costume or somebody that is like going trick-or-treating. But then a car drives by and another figure appears. And this is when things get a little weird.
I came out here to show off the Halloween decorations this year, but I'm not really feeling it as much this year. But all those lanterns are supposed to be like flame effects. And there's like tombstones that you can't see them, they keep blowing down because they're made of styrofoam. Either way, the creepiest building on the block is always going to be this church across the street. I see my neighbors are still. I get it. That's good. I like it, Jim. You got me, man. You guys keep doing it. I love it. It's awesome. Anyway, I thought about like adding stuff to it, but Jim. Bobby, is that you? Bobby. I get it. I get it, man. I don't know what the problem is. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm just gonna stare at him then. Get ready. front of me. Come on, get in the house, man. Get in the house. Come on. Go. Go. Just go to your room. It's fine.
So when the car drives by the two figures and they disappear, OP is clearly unnerved and distressed. Like, he does not know what just happened, and he freaks out and he books it and enters his neighbor's house, and then he locks the door. And I wish he would have looked into the window to see if like the creatures or the figures were near the house. But you know what? At the same time, it's probably a good thing that he didn't, because those definitely did not look normal or human. So I'm glad he got away from that. But there is something about those figures that just give me like an eerie feeling. Like, it just looks like a demonic presence, if that makes sense. Like, I would never want to come face to face with those things, ever. Next, we are going to observe a woman going to Walmart or Target or just any like department store, and she comes across a small statue or like a figure of a little boy. But that statue has something very peculiar about it that makes me feel sick. There is something about its eyes that look far too realistic. I don't care what you tell me, this statue is alive. This is probably a spirit that's trapped within this statue. There is no other way around it. Like, those eyes look so real. It feels wrong. Like, there is something so incredibly wrong and off about this little figurine. Like, it is definitely haunted. And it reminds me of those people that go to secondhand stores or garage sales and stuff, and they pick up weird occult items like this. And I'm pretty sure that like they're made just for that. Like, they're made for witchcraft. They are kind of like niche items, but like, honestly, the only time that I ever see statues like that is when people like post them online and talk about how they are haunted. So I'm curious to see where this figurine like ended up, and if the person that bought it actually had like strange occurrences happening ever since they got it, or if the energy like in the house has changed. But at the end of the day, if it is a spirit and it's like a good spirit, I hope that it found a lovely home to stay at. And that's all I can say about it. This next video really chilled me to the bone. There's a little girl that is like in a makeshift tent or like a little pillow fort in her bedroom, and she is talking about Skibidi Toilet and other items that she has. And this was taken on her sister's camera, by the way. But yeah, and she starts off, you know, having a discussion until she spots something to her right. And her reaction is extremely unnerving.
I'm going to show you my Skibidi Toilet collection that I just got today. We went to a toy store and they had all of these things, like this cameraman, these tiny little action figures, this big Skibidi Toilet, and these ones. And then we actually found these Skibidi Toilet shoes, and they say Skibidi Toilet on them, and I'm gonna wear it to school tomorrow. A lot of kids at my school like Skibidi Toilet, and we also got ice cream that day, and I'm having a lot of fun.
I can't even tell you how I felt after watching this video. I don't know what she saw, but it clearly made her so scared that she started crying. She's either like the most amazing child actress ever, or she was scared out of her wits. Like, honestly, you can't fake that kind of reaction. She was like rooted to the spot. Like, she was like you know, when you have like fight or flight or whatever, she like had like a freeze reaction, and you can see in her eyes that like that's real fear, and it's terrifying. It's very clear that whatever she saw traumatized her. I wish I could talk to this little girl or find out where she is now to like ask her what she saw. But yeah, the reaction is what makes this video so chilling, and wherever she is now, I hope she's doing well, because I felt so bad for her watching this. This next video, I honestly want to give a trigger warning. It is very disturbing and hard to watch. This little girl has a terminally ill mother, and she is laying in bed sick, and she starts telling her daughter that she sees angels on the ceiling. It is kind of a sad video, but at the same time, so creepy. Like, oh, like just the fact that she is so convinced that she can see them, and just like the entire dialogue is just like very, very off-putting. I'll just let you watch it.
And where are they at? I don't see anything, Mom. I don't see anything. You see him? I don't see anything. Are they making you happy? Yeah? Well, that's good. How many? Four?
I know, it is so disturbing and creepy the way she stares into the ceiling, just unblinking. But there's also like this weirdly beautiful aspect of it. Maybe what she was seeing was like her loved ones coming to meet her. But yeah, it is also equally as creepy, to be honest. But yeah, needless to say, this video heavily impacted me. Next, we have a daughter and her mom again, but this time they plan on going glamping or camping inside a cabin in the woods, and they just kind of like impulsively booked it, and they have no idea like where it's supposed to be, what it looks like, but they're just like, you know what, F it, we're just gonna go on an adventure. So they arrive in the woods and they finally see their cabin, and the sight before them makes them want to leave immediately.
We find this hip camp. It was kind of nearby. It had 100% good reviews. There were only like 10 reviews though. It was basically on an old horse camp, like a summer sleepaway camp. So I guess the camp wasn't going on anymore, but they were renting out the bunks, like the cabins for people to stay in. I've gone to summer camp many years. My mom's worked at a summer camp. We thought it would be fun. I keep walking, and then I see 2 bunks.
Look at that red glow. Look at the red glow. That's a real. That's where we're supposed to sleep. Oh God.
Oh yeah, we heard a guy screaming, like in the woods too.
Yeah. No. Ew, it smells like piss. Look at the dust. You know what? What is that? Ew. What?
The fact that this is real.
Emily. Look. It's so disgusting and scary.
Look at the dirt. Needless to say, we ended up sleeping in the car.
I'm sorry, but you can't tell me that nothing bad would happen in that cabin. Like, it is the perfect location for a horror movie, or like for a slasher movie, or even for like a cult in the woods. And I don't know, it's just, it gives me horror vibes, you know? And it is so disgusting as well. Like, I don't know who owns this cabin, but like, they need to resign immediately. Next on the list, we have yet another mimic video. This one is very, very creepy. OP is at her house, home alone, and she hears her mom calling to her. However, she does state in the video that her mom never talks like this, like in this type of voice. And so she immediately knows that something is wrong and that it is not her mother.
Bella. Come out. Bella, are you there, honey? Bella.
Girl, that is not your mom. Get out of the house. Can we talk about how her voice changes at the end into something demonic? Mimics are just kind of like in a league of their own. I feel like they are so terrifying, and there's not one video I see of them that doesn't scare me. Like every time I see a mimic video, I will want to feature it because those creatures are probably some of the scariest that exist on planet Earth. So yeah, I wanted to show this video to you guys. But anyway, in this next video, we see original poster walking around her house at night. She is French, from France, so there is some subtitles there for you guys. I understand everything she says, but yeah, just, you know, subtitles are there for those of you who cannot speak French. But basically, she gets into the living room and there's a little like turntable, and on that turntable is a mannequin head, and something happens with that mannequin head that chills her to the bone.
Arrête.
I don't know if the mannequin head was possessed, but if I was OP, I would contact a priest ASAP and I would cleanse my house from top to bottom. And I would also light up the fireplace and just, you know, concretely take the head and tactfully yeet it into the fire. This next video is yet another mimic video. I really find those terrifying, but I think this one out of all of them is one of the scariest to me. It is a guy that is just minding his own business in the woods. He is on his bike, just enjoying the scenery, and all of a sudden, he notices that the woods go completely quiet. And before he can process what is happening, he sees this.
Crap, dude, this trail going on forever. It just got really quiet really fast.
The way he just books it is just so funny to me because girl, same. The way that that thing was just crawling towards him. Ugh, like, you know what they say about the woods, okay? If you are in the woods and you can hear like the insects, you can hear the animals, like the birds chirping around you, then you know that the woods are safe. But if ever there is no longer any sounds and you find yourself in complete silence, that means that there's a predator in the woods, and that's why all the wildlife like went quiet, because they are trying to conceal their position and not to be seen. And if that ever happens to you, do not even look back. Just turn around and leave immediately, because you never know what might be lurking in the bushes just waiting to ambush you. There are now 15 videos left to explore and watch together. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I think this could be a great time to just get up, stretch a little bit, go get a drink or a snack. And when you come back, we are going to keep going with the final 15 videos.
Why not take a quick break? Tune the radio. There's chores to do, there's leaves to rake. Strum the old banjo.
Welcome back, bestie. We have our G Fuel, we are energized. We just did some light stretching and we are ready to jump into the last 15 videos. So let's get started, shall we? Now, I've shared a lot of videos with you that are paranormal in nature, that speak of glitches in the Matrix, mimics, demons, creatures, and I feel like we still haven't really talked about aliens. And how could I go an entire video without talking about aliens? Because they are some of my favorite subjects to talk about. So I'm going to add a few of my favorite alien videos and share them with you guys. So this one comes from a poster that starts to notice that ever since that the government revealed that the aliens are real, weird occurrences started happening. She also hears stuff outside. She explains that she's been seeing things sitting in the trees. And if that's not creepy enough, she also notices something underneath her closet door. Take a look.
Oh my gosh, it is so muddy. So, like, up in there last night and yesterday, I thought I saw, like, I don't know what I saw, but I don't know if it looked like something was sitting in there, but I don't know. Ever since the government announced that aliens literally exist, weird stuff has been happening. It started with hearing things outside and seeing things in my woods. I just feel like I'm being watched. And then I got a letter in the mail from, I don't even know who it's from. They're trying to silence me and to stop posting videos about the things that have been happening here. I'm kind of freaking out right now, and my hair is standing up on my arms. I really don't even know how to explain this right now. Randomly, my closet door, I noticed, has been open, and every time I just think that I've forgotten to close it or whatever, so it's closed right now. My hair is standing up on my arms because I have the freaking chills right now, because it literally looks like something is standing inside my closet at the door. I just noticed that, and my body is so scared right now I can't even freaking move.
Yeah, oh my god, the feet underneath the door, those creep me out so bad. Like, I can't even imagine seeing that. So I do not blame her one bit for her reaction. Fun thing to think about though is that we've had it drilled in our heads that aliens are just tall beings with big heads and like funny buggy eyes, and they're often called the Greys, and it's like the one species of aliens that people talk about the most. However, do we really know what they look like? That's the thing. We do not know what those aliens look like. Who knows? They could look like us. They could be bird-like. They could be a creature that we have never, ever seen in our entire life. Like, maybe we couldn't even process what we're seeing. And this is what's so interesting about aliens, because it is the unknown and there is no way of knowing what they actually look like. So it could be literally anything. And in this case, who knows? Maybe like aliens like to sit in trees and maybe they are watching us and we don't know. I just think it's such a fascinating subject. I do hope that OP is okay though, and that she didn't disappear. I hope that the government didn't get to her because she was exposing all their secrets. I really hope that she's okay. But this brings me to another alien instance that happened just recently, actually. It happened in January of 2024 at a shopping mall in Miami, Florida. Apparently there were like hundreds of cop cars just surrounding the area, and they were trying to like contain something that was happening. I've seen different TikToks and YouTube videos and posts of people saying that they did see a very tall being like materialize out of thin air. Of course, there's no footage of this, but I have seen people talk about it, people that were there and that are like telling their story, and they said that they called the police, and no one could process what was happening because it happened so fast and like no one could understand. And those beings apparently came out of like a portal or something, and then they disappeared right after that. But yeah, apparently it caused a frenzy. Everybody was running around, everybody was screaming. I've seen some videos of people saying that like they couldn't even get through because people were getting like trampled on and stuff. People were just trying to find the exit and leave because they were so scared. I've seen a lot of like witness posts and people explaining the encounter, and those videos all got taken down.
No sabemos qué está pasando. Para que sean testigos de cuando se produce una llamada a todas las unidades.
Obviously, this has been debunked. They blamed it on about 50 teenagers that were trying to light fireworks and loot the mall. But okay, like, let's be real. Would this have required this many cop cars? Like, this is what, like, it could have been contained with just a few cop cars. I don't understand why they needed hundreds of them. So I can't help but think that the government might be trying to cover this up. All we can base ourselves on are statements from other people. There's really no way of knowing what really happened at that shopping mall. And I think that will always remain one of the biggest mysteries that we have yet to uncover. This next one is another alien video. This comes from a family that did a 911 call saying that something landed in their backyard, and they saw what appeared to be tall figures, 8 to 9 feet tall, with really big eyes. And the fact that it is on the news is terrifying to me. So let's take a look at this video.
Police in Las Vegas found themselves in the middle of a UFO mystery last month after an out-of-this-world 911 call.
They're like 9 foot, 10 foot tall. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes, they have big eyes.
A family called police on May 1st saying something had crashed in their backyard. They also said they saw large, non-human creatures roaming around the crash site. As far-fetched as it might sound, officers took the case and the call very seriously after a mysterious sighting of their own.
Like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
Because I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Did you see anything land in your backyard? Or?
Well, after nothing unusual was found during a brief search of the yard, officers closed the case, labeling it unfounded. The American Meteor Society said there were other reports of an unknown object flying around that same night.
Yeah, this one is just really creepy just because like the police actually went there to like investigate and everything, and of course they couldn't find anything. But yeah, I love these types of videos. There are so many videos I could share with you guys, and I just love looking at all of them on TikTok and just finding a bunch of footage. There's just something so cool, you know, about the idea that we might not be alone out there. And every time I see a new piece of footage, some weird lights or like UFOs in the sky, I just can't help but get curious about it. And it's even more fun to think about now because people have admitted that it is real. And it kind of does feel like we're getting closer and closer to actually meeting them one day. And I hope that they are good aliens. You know, there are some speculations out there that they're just trying to like observe us, to get to know us, so that then after they can destroy us. I hope that's not the case. It's really fun to think about how we might all be connected in this huge universe. This next video is another glitch in the Matrix. I've seen so many of these and they're so creepy and they're like inexplicable. Like, how does this even happen? It's like, it doesn't seem edited and it's just very, very creepy. This is somebody who is filming their dog, and there are like Halloween decorations of like cats on the ground, and the dog just goes to investigate and completely freezes. And when I say it freezes, it freezes. It is not moving, not even its tail. it's just completely still. And only when the guy approaches the dog and starts like to reassure it a little bit, that the dog starts moving again. Take a look.
Even the dog's tail is completely frozen in place for over a minute, and it isn't till the owner steps forward and reassures the dog that its tail starts to wag, and it walks forward normally.
He's staying still as I can.
Hey, it's okay, dude. Hey, come on. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, it's just, oh, it's so creepy. It's like, what causes that? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe he was just like in like hunting mode or something, or he was scared. But to be honest, it's like, as much as I love paranormal videos, I really love those, I am more interested in videos that show things that cannot be explained, like creatures, like glitch in the matrix, parallel universes, and stuff like that. And so this video to me is just very, very creepy because it cannot be explained. This next one is not as scary as it is interesting. Now that technology is a bit advanced and stuff, we can send robots and cameras on planet Mars and we can see what it looks like, what the atmosphere is like. The pictures are pretty high quality. We're just, you know, at that point in humanity, like we are getting more and more advanced with our technology and stuff like that. And they have discovered there are pointy rock-like objects on Mars that are aligned in the same way that the pyramids in Egypt are. And on top of that, it is shaped in the same way as the Orion Belt, which is a constellation. And it's just aligned perfectly same distance. It just looks exactly the same. And I know what you're gonna tell me, these might be fake or whatever, but at the end of the day, how can we prove, okay, that like there is not some ancient civilization of aliens, more advanced being that were already on Mars before we even started to like find out about the planets and before we could explore them? Who's to say that they didn't come to Earth to build the same structures, which are now called the pyramids of Giza? I'm a big fan of conspiracy theories. I love them. I literally live and breathe conspiracy theories. Like, I could spend hours watching those videos. I love them so much. And I feel like there are some like new information that comes out about pyramids that just start to make a little bit more sense, that maybe there is like some type of like civilization that lives inside the pyramids. Because if you think about it, okay, how could normal humans move 200 tons block of stone? How were they able to move those blocks and get them like 350 feet up in the air? Like, how did they manage to like get them to that level? And you know, based on Egyptian tradition, they do speak of priests that would have ancient powers and that could actually levitate the blocks, which is how the pyramids would have been built. And those priests would have powers that like humans would not be able to comprehend.
Many of our ancient monuments align with the star system known as Orion's Belt. Most notably in Giza, of course. Well, it turns out that Mars is close enough a neighbor to Earth that we share the same sky. And there must be something very special about this star system, because sure enough, the main structures in Cydonia are mapped out in the same pattern. Whoever built this shit on Mars also concerned themselves with the constellations just as we do. And possibly even more so because they got us beat in this regard. Several surrounding stars of the same celestial spot are included in the additional surrounding structures on Mars.
And now they did a scan and they found massive underground structures and hidden tunnels and like chambers that are miles and miles and miles underneath the pyramids. So maybe there is an ancient civilization. So there's a lot that humanity does not know, and maybe there is a city underneath the pyramids of Giza. And maybe there are some people in there that have the same powers that the ancient priests of Egypt had. And maybe they're using that to like hide themselves from us because they do not want to be found. And this is kind of pushing it, but imagine that those beings, the ones that have like those powers and stuff and are like almighty, what if they came from Mars and like decided, hey, how about we go to planet Earth and we are just going to build the same structure and we're going to build pyramids based on Orion's belt, and we are going to create like an underground chamber for people with like higher intelligence or like that are more developed. And no, they've never been able to prove that, but they've never been able to disprove it either. I could go on and on and on and on about conspiracy theories. There are so many out there. If you have time to go check out some of them on TikTok or YouTube, I would greatly recommend it because they are so mind-blowing. But yeah, this is one of my favorite conspiracy theories, and while it is not like super scary, it is quite disturbing to think about because it all boils down to the same thing as like aliens. It is the unknown, and what is more scary than the unknown? Nothing. This next video comes from a poster that was rowing on their little boat or kayak or whatever on the water during the night, and it's super calm and serene when all of a sudden they start to hear some church bells out of nowhere. Yeah, this one is super weird. It's like, where does this come from? Like, do church bells resonate this loudly? Like, and obviously they look to be like in the bayou somewhere or like in a marsh, so I wouldn't think there'd be a church nearby. But yeah, it is quite strange, and those church bells are terrifying. This video gave me chills when I saw it the first time. It is a bunch of guys who are in a cemetery. They find like a small little house like in the middle of it, and it has windows and everything. And at first I thought it was a tombstone or like a tomb, but like it doesn't look like that. It looks to be like a place, like a storage space or something. But as they look through the window, they notice that there is a doll sitting there. As they get closer and closer, they realize that the doll is moving.
Esta alma que esté penando, hámelo saber. ¿Qué pedo, güey? Güey, pero qué pedo, güey. No mames, esto se abrió sola, cabrón. No mames. La muñeca se movió, Chicho. Chicho se movió, güey, la muñeca, güey. La madre, güey. La madre, güey. Se movió la muñeca.
Oh, isn't that so creepy? I do not like that. I do not like that at all. Like, that doll is probably possessed by the spirit of a young child that died. I mean, that honestly is kind of sad to think about. But yeah, no, if I went to like the cemetery at night with some friends and I saw that, I would book it. I would be out of there in like 0.5 seconds. Just a really big nope energy. Next, we have a patient at the hospital who starts seeing something in the corner of the room that their family cannot see.
What is amazing, Mom?
Can you see this little pink girl here?
The pink girl?
You can't.
No, I can't see the pink girl.
Party toilet. Parter.
They're having a party? What kind of, is it a birthday party with kids? Who's having the birthday party?
I don't know.
Oh man, I think those are also some of the scariest videos, because imagine being in a room with somebody who sees something that you can't see, and they're so convinced that they can see it, and I think it's just very, very scary. I don't know why I do this to myself, torturing myself with some sad and scary videos at the same time, but yeah, there is something about terminally ill patients at the hospital that start to see things that are not there that just kind of gives me chills all over. Another mimic video to share with you guys. So there is a guy just riding his horse and he's on a dirt road, and then suddenly they hear this in the distance.
Just coming in from planting those trail cameras. There's vultures everywhere. It's odd.
Like I've said in the beginning of my video, animals can sense when there's like a threat, right? Or like a predator or something is not right. And the horse's reaction is so telling. Like, obviously that wasn't someone that is normally there or a voice that they recognized, and I think they could honestly sense that it was evil. Just the fact that the horse turned around and wanted to leave immediately is just very, very chilling, and I'm very glad that they left and didn't investigate, because that could have turned out badly. This one is also pretty spooky. OP is calling her cats because she sees glowing yellow eyes, and you know how it is with animals, sometimes their eyes glow and they look demonic, but it's just the way the light sometimes will like reflect their eyes and stuff. Whenever she starts calling the cat is where things kind of take a turn for the worse.
Come here, guy. Buddy.
Yeah, no. If I saw that, no. Like, this is so scary. Like, was this a mimic trying to mimic her cat? I can only imagine how she felt at that time. Like, she thought it was her cat, and then she sees her, like, actual cat come in, and then the eyes are still there. Oh my god, like, the feeling of dread that I would have gotten in my body. I can't even imagine how she felt. But again, it is a very, very easily fixed problem. You just move houses. Next is a video I found not too long ago, and the first time I watched it, I had goosebumps all over my body, like even up to like my neck. Like, I literally could not even finish watching it. I freaked out. Like, I was just overcome with so much anxiety. I let you experience this for yourself.
هيا جي بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله فكرت في اشي هون اخوان اسمع صوت الصراخ اسمع.
Oh my god, just like watching it is giving me chills. Like, it's so scary. Like, oh my god. And the fact that they can't see anything behind it either is just like, it seems to be like a presence of something unearthly and like just unnatural, and like, I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I wanted to put this video at #1, but like, I also have a few other videos that really, really gave me chills, and I don't like watching them, and I had to torture myself watching them again. It might not scare you guys as much though, because I feel like everybody's different. We all have our like limits, and we all have different like things that scare us. So maybe what I find scary you guys won't find scary, but it is all like subjective, you know. But yeah, these upcoming videos really, really scared me, especially this next one. There's someone that's walking outside at night and they see a woman standing on the sidewalk, and then when they're filming they notice something pretty unnerving about her. I hate it. 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 I hate it so much. I hate the fact that she has like hollowed eyes and she's just staring at him, and it looks like a mask, but it's not actually a mask. Like, you guys, it is so scary. This is why I no longer go walking outside. I used to love going on night walks, but then I started seeing these videos and it made me not want to go for walks anymore at night, at least not alone, because like, what do you do if you run into something like that? what do? I would drop kick the out of that woman. Repent, demon, get out of here. We do not want you here. This next video is another mimic video. This one is pretty scary because the guy in question is like walking around in the hallway at night because he's hearing some weird noises, right? And then he hears his wife calling him. But his wife is in the bedroom. Watch this. So chilling. The fact that he gets inside and sees his wife there and like she doesn't know what's going on, and then they like see the door and the thing is trying to get inside. I can't believe that people have these experiences. Honestly, I hope that this never happens to me. I would probably not even survive it, to be honest. Mimics are terrifying, and just the thought of them existing fills me with dread and anxiety. So yeah, those videos always scare me. Okay, at number 2, we have a girl that was playing around with filters on her phone, and I think it was like a reverse filter or like a flip filter. Anyways, this woman is trying it out, and then she goes to her staircase and she flips it, and she catches what seems to be a demon in her staircase.
Walk down your stairs with the inverted filter. I'm gonna show y'all because my legs look backwards as heck. Alright, so this is with inverted off. Bro, this is inverted on. This is same direction. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My staircase. Oh. The staircase is leading me to the. Oh, I don't even know how to record this. Bro, I can't do this.
Yeah, no, oh my god, I have chills all over. This makes me never want to use filters again on my phone, like on Snapchat or TikTok or whatever. Like, it's so creepy. The way it was crawling up the stairs, you guys, like, I think I have trauma from the Grudge movie when Kayako was just crawling down the stairs. There's just something about crawling and stairs mixed together that is just not a vibe for me, okay? It really scares me and I hate it. I do find comfort in knowing that I do not have stairs that demons can crawl onto, so that's really fun. Also, another scene that scared me with stairs was the staircase scene from the first Annabelle movie when she sees the demon like in the stairs just like standing there. Oh my god, it scares me. Like there's something so unnerving about that. I hate it so much. But yeah, so staircase and demons are never a good mix. And then at number 1, I just wanted to go with something that is not like as like bone chilling. I mean, it is scary, but it's a little bit more tame, I would say, and less like demonic. But this lady had an experience. She had like a lucid dream, and then when she woke up from that dream, something happened to her that she cannot explain. And this goes hand in hand with like parallel universes and quantum jumps and stuff like that, and I just wanted to share it because it's so interesting. So here is the video.
I have a daughter who turned 6 months 3 days ago. She has an R name, first letter is an R. About 4 months ago, I had a very, very vivid dream that she didn't exist, and then instead of having her, my fiance and I decided that we were going to foster, and it was for a baby girl, and her name was a very uncommon R name as well. She was like the same age as my daughter, same size, she looked exactly the same. And in this dream, she eventually had to go back to her parents, like reunification, whatever. And I remember asking the social worker in my dream, like, why can't we keep her? This isn't fair. I've raised her. She's like a daughter to me. She would get along so well with my daughter. And the social worker looks me in the eye and goes, don't you talk about my daughter. Here, she does not exist. And then I woke up. This dream was so vivid that for the past 4 months since I've had it, I say probably once or twice a week to my fiance, I wonder how she's doing. So we go to the library today. That baby was there. She was there. Like I said to my fiance last night, I wonder how that baby is doing. And she was there. It gets weirder. she's with her grandparents. And Grandpa says, oh yeah, she just had her first birthday. I said, oh, that's really sweet. He goes, yeah, she had her first birthday 3 days ago. She is exactly 6 months older than my 6-month-old daughter. She is exactly double her age. This little baby could not leave me alone. Like, she wanted nothing to do with her older sister who was there, nothing to do with Grandma and Grandpa. She was magnetic to me. Like, chills. If anybody has an explanation on what that was that, like, a sign? Was that 2 timelines folding together? Was it me getting my wishes answered on making sure that she was okay? Was it a glitch in the Matrix type thing? Like, somebody, anybody, please help. Because I'm so happy she's okay, but also, what?
Right? Like, what was that? I love watching videos where the person is like waking up in their dream and they're talking to like the dream people, or they're experiencing things in their dream so vividly, and then they wake up and then it happens the next day or something. Maybe that woman had like a premonition. Maybe it was like a past life thing. Like she said, maybe it was 2 parallel universes or timelines that were just mashing together. So this wraps up the top 50 scary videos that I wanted to show you guys. Life is weird. The universe is weird. The world is weird. There are so many things that we still cannot understand. And that is so daunting to me. Like, seriously, it just makes me think that the world is just so full of weird things and unexplainable things, and there's just so much out there that our brains cannot even begin to comprehend. The spirit world, time slips, quantum jumps, mythical creatures, doppelgangers, mimics, glitches in the Matrix, aliens, demons, haunted places. Like, there are so many instances that just shows how mysterious and like unpredictable this world is. And this was just the top 50. I have so many other videos that I've watched over the years. Like, I watch those religiously, especially like conspiracy theory and like the Mandela effect and other things like that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had so much fun doing it. I think this is the longest video I've ever made and edited. I'm not used to making long content like this. If you guys like this format, please let me know, because I might do more of these videos in the future. Or if it's too long, I might just split them into 2 or 3 parts if you would prefer that. But if you liked it, please comment your favorite clip. And if you have any weird paranormal or like, you know, demonic or whatever experience, please share them with me. I love talking about this with people. I could talk about this for like hours, not even joking. If you want, you can share your theories down below as well. And of course, do not forget, I do have my giveaway stream. I will update with like the time and everything in the upcoming days. But yeah, it's gonna be super fun. It's gonna be spooky. There's gonna be some really great vibes. So make sure you're there. And I can't wait to see you guys and to hang out together. It's really gonna be a fun time. As always, if you want some G Fuel, you can use code Spooky at checkout for a 20% discount. So have a spooky day or night wherever you are in the world, and maybe keep an eye on the sky tonight, because you might see something unexplainable. And with that, Spooky out.